I want to share some efficacy data on Yellowdig because we've done a lot of research on the platform, and at this point, we have a pretty good idea of the things that actually encourage student grades, as well as participation and engagement. I'm going to quickly show some data from an ASU case study where we looked at 20,000 students' posts, comments, and their Yellowdig behavior along with their grade. You can download that report at bit.ly ASU report. Yellowdig posts do predict course grades. The correlations between most Yellowdig activities and outcomes are about 0.2 to 0.42. So more participation in Yellowdig is related to better course grades. The most interesting thing, though, is that when you take into account the total amount of participation within a community, those correlations really go up. So students that are posting a lot within courses that are healthier learning communities are more likely to have their grade predicted by their total participation in that course. And we see in the courses that are using at least 5 of 6 of our best practices that we looked at in this study, we predicted about 36% of students' grade variability just from their Yellowdig participation. The important thing that we think that Yellowdig is doing that is really different from a lot of discussions is that we're encouraging a lot of listening. And our point system encourages good, high-quality content that students will want to read. And what we know from other studies that we did, this one is from Fort Hays State with Dr. Andrew Feldstein. What we know from that study is that the thing that predicted grades the most was actually things that were indicative of reading. So it was actually giving out more upvotes on other students' posts that predicted student grades. It was commenting on other students' posts that predicted student grades. And this is something that we've seen repeatedly in other studies we did where students that weren't engaging, that weren't commenting on other students' posts are the most likely to report poor satisfaction or drop out. This one is from Northwestern. And again, from ASU, we saw a really similar thing, which is that as grades went up, students were more likely to be commenting on other students' posts. Here's another visualization of that Arizona State data. And you can see students that have an individual conversation ratio that's lower tend to be the ones that either get poor grades or drop out. And there looks like something of a cliff here, actually, where a certain amount of participation in Yellowdig is probably a good indicator that that student might be in trouble. And so students that are not commenting on other students' posts are students you might want to actually pay attention to a little bit more.